Hello YouTubers, and once again welcome to another Doctor Who action figure review by me, the Obsessed Tuvian 95. This time I shall be taking a look at a Zygon, which made its first and only appearance in Terror of the Zygons, which was a story which first aired back in 1975. So this Zygon is actually Broton, the Zygon warlord, which I think is the leader out of all of the Zygons. I'm not really 100% sure, as I've not actually seen this story yet, as I'm waiting for the DVD release, which comes out later in 2013, this year. So, obviously, the detail on this figure is just amazing. It's really, really good. They've added these veins, and it's all over the figure. It's just really good. And you've got all of these holes all over here. It's probably the most detailed monster, I think, out of this wave, with Colin Baker being the most detailed Doctor figure. And you can see you've got all of these, it's like suction all over his shoulders, which is good. It gives a good effect that these are monsters which are aquatic, much like the Sea Devils, but this is a lot more detail, whereas with the Sea Devil it got sort of green wash all over it, but to make it look like it just come out under the sea and it's like seaweed and moss, but this is just another step further, and it's really, really detailed, and one of the best monsters. Can't believe they've not made an appearance yet in the new series. There's rumours are rife that they're going to be appearing in the second half of Series 7. I'm not sure if that's true, but it has been confirmed that the Ice Warriors are coming back. That's good enough for me. But anyway, let's just take more of a look at the figure. It's a really, really good figure. It says at the bottom here the dates. I don't really do this often, but it just says copyright information, BBC 1963, licensed by BBC Worldwide Limited. So this figure is, as I said, really good, but there's one criticism, and the criticism is it is hard to stand up, as I shall demonstrate. So, trick is, make sure that the feet are standing at the same angle, so it's standing straight, otherwise he will fall over, which is a bit of a shame. That's the only criticism I have really with this figure, but other than that, it's a really good figure. I highly recommend it, and it's got great detail. So obviously it's all orange all over the body as well, and all of these things go all the way down the back. You've got more of this sort of seaweed like stuff going across his waist. It goes all the way across, and also there's a bit going on the top part of his leg as well, and there's some on his knees and the feet. are also very good. They look a bit web-like, but obviously they're not as big as the Sea Devil's feet, which I think is accurate. I'm not really an expert on Zygons, but hopefully I soon will be when I eventually get Terror of the Zygons. So it is quite a big size for 5 inch. It's looks very strong, which is, I suppose, is good. So now I shall be taking a look at the articulation on this figure. So the arms can actually do a 360, which I was surprised about at first because well, I didn't think that it had articulation on the arms. The elbows have articulation. There's no articulation at the biceps, which I'm okay about. I'm not really that fussed. The knees have articulation. I won't bend them though because, as I demonstrated, this figure is easy at falling over. The head does not move because obviously the size of the headgear, I mean, if you just take a look at it now, then you can just see that it is huge, and the actors inside would not have been able to move their heads. And obviously here's a good look at the detail of the head. It's really nice, very, very good. And the hands can also move, and the feet, do the feet move? Yes, the feet also have articulation. So the detail and articulation on this figure, as always, is quite good. But obviously the head doesn't move, as I said, because it's hindered by the size of it and the design of the costume. So now if you just take a look at his accessory, which is the Scarazon device, and this is used, I think, to summon the Loch Ness monster, which in actual fact is a robot. So I've done my research, and it is very small accessory, as you can see. That's what it looks like in my hand. Very, very small. One of the smallest accessories I think they've ever done. So be warned, you may lose this if you play around with this figure. But obviously if you're a collector like myself, then just keep it in his hand and make sure that it stays in his hand, otherwise you'll lose it. So just keep it in his hand like that. And that is about it, really. There's not much more to say about this other than get this figure. If you want to get this figure, then try going on sites such as eBay, seeing as this figure has been released nearly 5 years ago now. So thank you very much for watching this action figure review of the Zygon from Terror of the Zygons, also known as Broton the Zygon Warlord. So join me next time as I shall be reviewing another foe, or I should say two foes, from the Fourth Doctor's adventures, which is D84 and SV7 from the classic story The Robots of Death. So join me for that action figure review. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you next time.